a lady who needs no introduction, Barkha Dutt. I'm going to talk about her book. First of all, Barkha ji, you have written a book, Humans of COVID to Hell and Back. How has been the reception till now?
Well, I think everybody who has read it has found shades of their own life in it. जो सबसे मुझे common feedback मिला वो ये मिला कि लोगों को अपनी ज़िंदगी किताब में नज़र आई and वही मेरा कोशिश था that I know it's a difficult read, people want to forget COVID and I always say that we should move on but we should not forget, and that is why I called it Humans of COVID. It's about all of us. It's about everything we went through. It's about tragedy, but it's also about hope, about resilience. कैसे लोग इकट्ठे हुए, कैसे एक kindness, एक generosity of spirit भी हमें देखने को मिला. तो reception यही रहा है कि लोगों को अपनी ज़िंदगी की झलक इस किताब में नजर आई.
See, COVID being COVID and survival of the fittest, everybody's trying to survive, and you probably don't look at, other so many tragedies which are happening around you. And you also went through a severe tragedy during COVID. You lost your father. What I really want to understand from you is, was there a need for you to, journal this or write this because of your own personal tragedy, or where was the thought? Like, what happened?
It's a good question, but actually the thought for this book was born in the end of the first wave, well before my own personal loss. And that time, of course, I was covering the migrant workers exodus, and तब मैंने सोचा कि इसके बारे में एक किताब होनी चाहिए. और I remember I told my editor that it'll be a difficult book to read, but we must document it for the future. When there's enough distance, we are able to revisit it. And then the second wave happened, and then I lost my father to COVID. And even in the chapter in the book that I write on fathers and daughters, where I write about my own father, I also write about all the young girls I met who'd also lost their fathers. And what I found was कि जो मेरी grief थी वो एक universal grief थी. वो मेरी अपनी तो थी, लेकिन मुझे उसमें एक universal moment, इतने लोग मिले who had gone through something similar or something even worse. And what I mean by something worse is मेरा तो फिर भी privileged class है. मुझे फिर भी उस तरह से, my father did not die on the streets, so without being able to get an ambulance or without being able to get oxygen. A loss is a loss. दर्द उतना ही होता है चाहे किसी भी circumstances में हो. लेकिन एक जो universal nature of grief है, एक universal जो कोशिश है to pick up the pieces of life again, to resume living, to find meaning in life again. This is why I felt that I have to write this book, because the one thing I found in common with everybody I met over 2 years, everybody wanted their loved ones to be counted. No one wanted their loved ones to be a statistic, कि हम एक आंकड़ा बन के रह जाए. नहीं, हमारे फादर, हमारे ब्रदर, हमारी बेटी, हमारे दोस्त का नाम है और हमारे उनकी कहानी को एक आवाज़ मिलनी चाहिए. That is why I wrote this book.
मैं आपसे एक चीज़ जानना चाहता हूँ. As you said, there was a belonging because of so many people that you were covering. इनकी खुद की एक personal tragedy थी, because it happens, right? It's we are humans after all. So if somebody's gone through a loss, I've gone through a loss, we tend to bond on that loss. So
yes. That happens. I'll tell you, I was talking to a 15-year-old girl whose father had died from COVID, and he was on polling duty पे थे पंचायत elections के लिए. और वो छोटी सी लड़की मुझे बोल रही है कि आपके भी तो फादर की डेथ हुई. तो मुझे लगा कि this is how communities are formed and this is how people give each other strength. और हमें कई बार लगता है कि जो हमारे साथ गुजरी किसी भी वे में, good, bad, ugly, somebody who's gone through something similar will understand us, and we feel a little less alone if we feel that other people have also experienced that. So this book is also about that. This book is to make everybody feel that you're not alone, that we were in this together. It was a journey we went through together. We have come out of it together. God, and hopefully we will never have to live this journey again, but there should be a record of our memories and what that journey felt like.
कोविड जब से कम होने लगा, हम लोग एक नॉर्मल लाइफ की तरफ जाने लगे हैं, और मैं कभी कभी बीच बीच में ना याद करता हूँ कि यार क्या हम सब लोग completely भूल चुके हैं, like what happened just few months or a year back. So do you think that people forget all these atrocities, then they move on to a better life and not do anything about it as to what they went through?
So look, the nature of human beings is to move on. और उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं है. We all want to move on. We want to be sitting here in the open without masks, being able to talk, reclaim bits of our old life. लेकिन मैं ये मानती हूँ कि एक ह्यूमन इंस्टिंक्ट है टू ट्राई एंड कलेक्टिव मेमोरी जो चीज़ होती है ना, व्हेन अ कंट्री गोज थ्रू समथिंग वेरी पेनफुल, तो लोगों का फर्स्ट इंस्टिंक्ट होता है कि हम इसको ब्लॉक कर देते हैं, लेट्स ब्लॉक इट आउट. बट आप जब वो मेमोरी हैज़ अ वे ऑफ कमिंग बैक, जब आप अकेले बैठते हैं, जब आप सोने वाले होते हैं, जब आप कुछ किताब पढ़ते हैं, कभी आप गाना सुन लेते हैं, मेमोरी एक अजीब चीज़ है, उसका ट्रिगर एक अजीब चीज़ है, और वो मेमोरी आपके अंदर रहती है. और मैं समझ सकती हूँ that people want to move on, even I want to move on. So this book is not to tell people don't move on. This book is to say that we can't move on till we deal with our memories. You cannot move on till you accept and embrace what has happened to you.
That's a very interesting point. So I hope the book is available online as well.
Yes, the book is available in all major bookstores and also online, and I hope more people will read it, because one thing I can say that people may find it people may feel कि ये बड़ी यार ये depressing किताब होगी,
अच्छा,
है ना, maybe. तो मैं उनसे कहना चाहती हूँ कि नहीं, इसमें yes there is tragedy, पर इसमें hope भी है, इसमें human bonds की कहानी है, इसमें आपको ज़रूर मैं कह सकती हूँ कि अपनी झलक, आपकी अपनी ज़िंदगी की झलक नज़र आएगी. ये एक किताब सबके लिए है.
We are Red FM and we are at Jaipur Literature Fest 2022. One thing which was very interesting, which Barkha ma'am you said on stage during your session, ki after writing this book, I kind of rediscovered the journalist inside me. Probably I forgot who I was. Can you just, probably, tell us about that?
Just that, so much of journalism, especially in television where I used to work and now I run my own digital company, it's become about studio and talk. And during COVID, what you really needed was to be out there and tell the stories of the people. And especially in the first wave, big channels did not do that. Second wave में अच्छी रिपोर्टिंग हुई, ग्राउंड पे रिपोर्टिंग हुई, लेकिन फर्स्ट वेव में जो रिपोर्टिंग थी वो छोटे छोटे डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म ने की, वो रीजनल प्रेस ने की. बहुत सारी अच्छी रिपोर्टिंग आपकी रीजनल प्रेस से आई, और सेकेंड वेव में भी आपकी बेस्ट रिपोर्टिंग जो आई वो रीजनल अखबारों से आई. सो फॉर मी आई जस्ट फील लाइक एज अ टेलीविजन इंडस्ट्री दिस वॉज अ वेकअप कॉल. इट रिमाइंडेड बिग चैनल्स दैट आप कितने भी बड़े हों, अगर आप लोगों की कहानियाँ नहीं बताएंगे तो ऑडियंस विल डिस्कनेक्ट फ्रॉम यू. एंड टू मी ऑल्सो इट वॉज रिमाइंडिंग माई सेल्फ वाई आई बिकम अ रिपोर्टर, एंड reminding myself that this is the reason I became a journalist.
Go out and get the book. It's there online. Humans of COVID, To Hell and Back. And as she said, probably it's don't find it like it's tragic or it's depressing. It's gonna probably help us heal. Probably.
Yes, that's well said. That's exactly. I think we want to heal, but we cannot heal by blocking out our memories.
Thank you for talking with us,
you.
Barkha. It was great. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.